Welcome to Meet the Candidates 2022, a voter education program brought to you by the Shakopee Chamber of Commerce. My name is Tim Zunker, and I'm the president with the Shakopee Chamber and Visitors Bureau. Our hope is that these candidate interviews and profiles will help you, the voter, understand your choices when it comes to the 2022 elections. We ask voters to arm themselves with the information necessary to make educated choices and to make casting your vote a priority. Please visit the Shakopee Chamber website at shakopee.org to find out more information about the upcoming election. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Nathan Dahl, who is running for Shakopee City Council. Nathan, thank you for joining us today. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you, Tim, and thank you to the Chamber and Visitors Bureau today for hosting this event. My name is Nathan Dahl. I am a first-time candidate for any sort of public office. In my personal and professional lives, I'm very involved in the community. Professionally, I travel throughout the state of Minnesota, and I work with county level, city level, and township level governments. And in this, I've seen what does work well. I've also seen what doesn't work well. And so, given this vast knowledge that I have procured over this over my career, I look forward to bringing all of that to the Shakopee City Council. And now, personally, I am also involved in a couple capacities. I am a volunteer for CAP agency, and I very much enjoy that. Also, I'm involved with grassroots nonprofits organizations that have interests in supporting younger candidates who share similar values that include financial responsibility, fiscal stewardship, and we work to elect those individuals at all levels of government who share those values.
Great. Thank you, Nathan. So why are you running for city council?
You know, that is a great question. You know, at the end of the day, the main driver for me was Shakopee is the place that I'm going to be building my family. This is the place my fiance and soon-to-be wife will be sending our children to school and watching them grow and being a part of the community, playing sports, participating in volunteer events, etc. And so I want to work to make Shakopee the best place we can conceive it to be. I do believe we are I do believe we're already on that track, and I look forward to continuing that trend on the City Council. And what I mean by making Shakopee the best it can conceivably be is that means safe streets, it means good schools, it means a thriving economy, and a booming sense of community.
Great. Thank you, Nathan. What would you change about how the Shakopee city government works?
Yeah. So I think fundamentally what we need to remember is that the mayor and city council are elected by the people. And so what I talk a lot about with constituents at the door, I like to ask them, how many of your neighbors do you think know who our mayor is or can name a city council member? And there are people who are able to do that, but the vast majority of people would not be able to do that. And I think that's unfortunate, but it is predictable because our local politics is overshadowed by presidential, gubernatorial, congressional, local House and Senate races. And so that's just a natural consequence. But so I think accessibility is a very important thing we need to be focusing on. I have worked with locally elected officials in the past, and I really admire the way that they make themselves available to the community. They have regular standing meetings, just like at a coffee shop or a local business. And what they do is just let people come in, let them hear their concerns, share their vision for their community, and how they think that should happen. And I think that's the most important thing we can do in Shakopee, because as a locally represented official, we are the ones who should be closest to the voter and have those conversations, and they should feel comfortable coming to us and expressing that.
Great. Thank you, Nathan. Coming out of the pandemic, businesses are being affected by lower labor participation, inflation, and supply chain issues. What, if anything, can the city do to help assist businesses as we come out of the COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah, no, that is a great question. And, you know, we've asked our business community to endure a lot over the last few years. And so my response to that is we have to let businesses be businesses. Professionally, I'm a member of 3 different chambers of commerce throughout the state of Minnesota, and they're all in different places in the state. So it's not a regional thing. And every single business is most affected by circumstances that are outside of their control. That includes tax increases via the levy. It includes referenda that all hurt the bottom line. And so I think we need to be responsible in our tax policies. Most recently here in Shakopee, there was the vote to instill a moratorium on the sale of new THC products. And so that prevents the sale of these new sales coming to Shakopee, prevents new businesses from investing their time, their resources, and their money, creating jobs here in Shakopee. And I don't think that's something we need to be doing at this time, especially when small business owners especially have they've struggled and they went against the odds. But unfortunately, not every single one did. But the city council just cannot get in the way of business growth, in my opinion.
Thank you, Nathan. What do you see as the most important issues facing Shakopee, and what would you do to address them?
Yeah, no, that is that's a great question. In short, everything is important. But if I had to name one thing, it would be ensuring that Shakopee residents are financially secure. And the reason I say that is because when Shakopee residents are not feeling secure financially, the natural consequences of that are felt in the local economy. People are choosing not to spend their money at local businesses, patronizing them. And then as a result, the businesses can struggle. And so it's just, it's a domino effect. And the residents who are the taxpayers and are also contributing and stimulating the local economy with their dollars, that is the most important thing, in my opinion. And the way that we combat that is we need to have responsible tax policies. So in 2022, over 2021, the Shakopee City Council raised the city levy 6.99%. And for next year, for 2023, the preliminary budget has a 6.25% increase in property taxes. Now that 6.2% represents an additional 10% year over year in increase on property taxes in the city. Now, I'm gonna say this, but we are in a recession currently, and it's unfortunate. But that just means we need to be responsible and making sure that we are supporting our businesses. And so I don't think we should be raising taxes in a recession. I think that's going to do more harm than good. And so I think a responsible and fair tax policy is the way to ensure this.
Great. Thank you, Nathan. And what role should the city have in attracting new businesses to Shakopee or helping existing businesses expand?
Yeah, great question. My principle is I'm a free marketer. I don't believe the government should have a significant role, if any role, in helping new businesses come to Shakopee. And the reason I say that is because we're in a very desirable location already. Businesses and people are already coming to Shakopee because they see the potential here. If we incentivize that, what is the point? Because people are already going to be coming. I don't think that's going to be helpful. I think businesses already see it as an investment to come into Shakopee because at the rate we are growing, it would be a potential, most likely, a return on that investment. And so just as somebody who does believe and support the free market, I think more hands-off approach and let businesses be businesses is the best way forward.
Great. Thank you, Nathan. Now I'll give you an opportunity to give your closing statement and message to the voters.
Yes, thank you. And thank you again, Tim, and the Chamber and Visitors Bureau for hosting this today. I'm looking forward to the candidate forum also being hosted by the Chamber and Visitors Bureau at the end of September. That should be a great opportunity to help the voters even more with their decision. My name is Nathan Dull, and yes, I am a younger person, but that does not mean that I am inexperienced. In fact, I think my age has allowed me to gain all the experience I do have today. Being able to travel all around the state of Minnesota, seeing what works and what doesn't, working with local governments, working with people who want to develop in cities, in counties, and at the very local level, working with business leaders all throughout the state and seeing what their needs are and how we can best accommodate that. I think that's the most important thing that we can do is having somebody who sees what has worked and what has not worked. And I look forward to bringing that to the Shakopee City Council. Again, my name is Nathan Dull, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 8th.
Thank you, Nathan. And as a reminder, the views expressed in these interviews are those of the candidates, not those of the Chamber and Visitors Bureau. The Chamber is sponsoring these events as a service to the community and has gone to great lengths to ensure the objectivity. The Chamber does not endorse any candidates, but seeks to provide you, the citizens, and voters of Shakopee, with the information you need to make an informed choice. The Shakopee Chamber and Visitors Bureau extends a sincere thank you to the candidates. We appreciate your time and service to our community by running for office, performing an important service to us all. Again, thank you for joining us for this edition of Meet the Candidates 2022. Please join us September 29th at River Valley Church for our candidate forum. Please visit the Shakopee Chamber website at shakopee.org for more information. Thank you. Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you, Tim.